Let's talk about enmeshment. When one comes from a family where there's enmeshment, that is a likely factor in causing havoc or chaos, causing issues in their romantic relationships. Characteristics of enmeshment can be a lack of boundaries, people struggling to maintain emotional and physical space from other family members, over involvement with family members becoming over involved in each other's lives, sometimes to the point of controlling, not respecting individuality, not respecting autonomy, not respecting their decisions or their emotions. There could be role confusion, right? Not really being clear on whose role is what. We often see this with the parentified child or the triangulating other family members into other relationships that are none of their concern, like parents talking to their kids about their marital problems. And this creates a lot of confusion, and this can lead to a lack of agency and autonomy, loss of individuality. Persons in the family may become overly preoccupied, overly concerned with the needs of others, and not focusing on their own needs. Finally, dependency. This is where family members become overly dependent on each other. This can be especially seen in the parentified child with the roles being reversed, but it could also be seen in the devouring mother with the mother creating a situation where their children are too dependent on them. Some ways in which this can cause chaos or negatively impact a relationship would be that when someone has an overly enmeshed family, it can be very difficult for this person not to recognize that that pattern needs to stop. So instead of differentiating themselves in adulthood and pulling away from that enmeshment, they can tend to try to pull their significant other into the enmeshed family. Basically, pulling their significant other into the chaos of their enmeshed family, expecting their significant other to play along or go along with the enmeshment. The other way is that if you were raised in enmeshment, that can become your normative for what a relationship should look like. So you can expect enmeshment within your romantic relationships, which also puts unhealthy expectations on your significant other. Enmeshment doesn't breed healthy relationships. Enmeshment is not healthy in the family of origin. It's not healthy amongst friendships, and it certainly isn't healthy for romantic relationships. In fact, it can be very destructive for romantic relationships, suffocating them. Think of a fire, right? We want that fire burning in our romantic relationships. And how you put out a fire is by suffocating it, right? You deprive it of oxygen. And that's what enmeshment does in a romantic relationship. It deprives the fire of oxygen, which then makes the fire go out. So enmeshment does not belong in romantic relationships. Enmeshment doesn't really belong in any relationships, but especially not in romantic relationships. So if you came from a family where there is enmeshment, this is something you need to be aware of.